to another part of Historic Fairview Cemetery. I'm Gail Rubin, the president of the nonprofit in charge of the cemetery, and pleased to have with us Tammy Holmes, renowned psychic.
Thank you.
Visiting Albuquerque.
I am.
It's so great to see you in person.
I'm so excited to be here.
And before you came to Albuquerque, I asked if you would like to come visit the cemetery and see if you picked up on any spirits or readings or messages, and brought you over to this headstone for Kiku Honda, a young Japanese woman who was murdered in 1896. And you have some feelings that you picked up about
I do.
her.
Kiku was, killed very early, and a lot of regret, a lot of remorse, a lot of pain from her exit point, is what we call it. And the man who killed her was full of rage and pride and felt he owned her, but he felt like his reputation was tarnished and she ruined him. So it was his way to get revenge and to get back at it, to get back at her. And apparently he ended up dying in his 40s, I'm going to say 46, of a gunshot wound. So he ended up, karma comes around, and so somebody did kill him, and it was over a trade agreement, or he felt somebody wasn't paid in a trade agreement that he owed, and so they killed him. And at the same time, the man that she was in love with, and she was leaving because she wanted a new life to go to Denver, she is with him. So she really did fall in love, and she wanted to start a new life. And also the brother, who was always there for her. Most of her family had disowned her because of her being involved with a brothel. But her brother, never gave up on her, and he really loved her. He was a soulmate to her. And for him to give respect for her, to do this tombstone, was very loving. And this is another person who never got over losing his sister. And she was extremely beautiful, very submissive, very just like milky skin, just gorgeous. So if there's any pictures of her at that time, you'll see that. And very quiet. So some of the things that she did didn't look like they matched her personality or the way she carried herself. But she was very private. And she tried to keep it quiet by leaving, but she didn't get out of town fast enough. So she knew she was pushing it, and he caught up with her, and he was waiting for her. And it was a big deal in those times, the trial, and he did do time, but he got out. I think you're right, he did a couple of years, I'd say 2.5 years. But his reputation was tarnished. He ended up moving away to another town to start over.
He went to New York City.
Again, he got out. As soon as he got released, he left town.
Yeah. And we can go back. There are a lot of newspaper clippings that have pretty much confirmed what you just said. You haven't seen those newspaper clippings.
I haven't seen any of it. So,
Yeah.
And she has a lot of regret, and it's like what I told Gal, you really need to be careful who you love, because it can come back a different way. She just said make good choices, always have discernment, make good choices. And this is interesting, going back to Ruth, she said you have more choices than we have. So, there are times we weren't given as many choices as you do in our time. She's right about that.
Well, thank you for helping to enlighten us about
You're welcome.